Hi guys, my name is Ethel. Um, I don't even know what type of alter I am. Um, I guess I'm just making this video simply because DID sucks sometimes. um, Currently, a little while ago, we didn't really know who we were. Um, and I just feel like sometimes people forget that DID, it's a disorder. So you have difficult days with it. Like, it's not saying that you can't have positive days. We have a lot of positive days, especially lately with the help of therapy and whatnot. But there are days that, like right now, I'm co-conscious with somebody and they're making me absolutely tired. I have a migraine, but I felt like it should be talked about. Um, there's a lot of days that we go through times of no thought or too much thought. And I, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but there's some days where we want to do system work. We want to try and figure out some things going on with our system, work on communication, and authors just are not willing. Um, or they, I don't know. It's hard to explain some of these things, you know what I mean? Um, right now, we have a persecutor pushing forward. Might be Daniel, but I'm not sure. Um, and I guess one thing to keep in mind is like, as much as we want to end the stigma, there are alters with violent thoughts. And that's not to say they'll act on them. Daniel has violent tendencies, but he's never hurt anybody. Um, there's thoughts such as wanting to hurt somebody actively, and we've been working on that. It takes a lot of effort and time, but we've been working on it. Um, Daniel's a prime example. Is he's kind of like really giving me a hard time right now, and I probably look so out of it, man. Um, yeah, it's just I feel like sometimes people, onlookers who see systems glamorizing this, or I don't even know how to explain it, but they forget that we have really bad days. You have alters fighting. You have persecutors having a bad day, so they're giving you a migraine, or they can harm the body, or it's pull the words away from you while you're speaking and trying to convey a message. There's those out there that forget that it's not fun and games. Having people inside your head isn't always fun like you think it is. And people have said that on our channel. People are like, oh, well, I would give anything to have headmates, you know, always a friend there. And it makes me personally mad. Some of the rest of the system is okay with, you know, people saying that because they know those people don't understand what we go through every day. And recently, with Zero and Saturn coming along, we've been having bullying flashbacks. And it's making communication harder. It's making it, and yes, I'm holding a dinosaur. And it's making it so when we have an issue, when we have something we want to talk about to somebody, our therapist, ether system, our dad, our mom, anybody, we cannot physically speak about it. It's like this fear gets us tongue locked. And I mean, this comes from lots and lots of our parents just brushing off what we tell them. I hate the phrase, children should be seen and not heard. It's such a toxic phrase. I hate using the word toxic. I feel like it's become this like staple point or something. But it's just gotten to the point where we're it's really hard to like say issues out loud. Let's go with a really simple example. If we've said something to either system and they don't particularly like it and they bring it up and want to have a conversation about it, it's like the fear of being brushed aside. And we know ether would never do this, but it's a trauma response. But the fear of being brushed aside and just saying something like, well, that doesn't really matter, or, you know, don't talk about that, or whatever. That has been the rhetoric in our childhood for, you know, the entirety of our childhood. So whenever we brought up something, if we were doing something we shouldn't have, we tried to explain it to our parents, and they're like, well, that's not an excuse, you know. And like at one point we had actively tried to talk to our stepmom about an issue we were having, and she said, well, you can't blame everything on everybody else. That type of thinking when you're a child and you're trying to figure out how to take accountability or how to deal with an adult situation, you know, you're in the phase of learning. And the people in your life that you trust, or are trying to trust at least, tell you that it's not an excuse. It just feels like they're telling you to be quiet, sit down, shut up, and stop doing whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't matter why you're doing it. Those are the people you're trying to go to learn how to regulate yourself. So it's getting really hard to speak about things. And I know we said we were going to do a journal video next. It's in the making. It's being filmed. We have part of it done. But even in the last couple of months, we've gotten a few comments that are like, headmates sound like they would be fun. Inner worlds, ooh, that's really cool. It sounds like a great escape. And like, I get where they're coming from. But at the same time, like, it feels really disrespectful. I had a point, but I don't know where I was going. um, and for us, system work, like, we're trying to do system work right now. We're trying to reach inner world and see different things and talk to different alters and gain communication, but there are those that are fighting back, that are giving us migraines, that are holding on to information, that don't want us to get better. And I know they're hurting. You know, there's always a reason. But it's frustrating when we're in therapy and our therapist asked us, you know, about something that happened, and I don't remember who was fronting, but somebody was fronting, and our therapist asked us something, and immediately, like, it took not even a second for a wall migraine to hit us, and we were on our ass. We slept for 6 hours after therapy. we could barely move. And alters have the power to do that. Like, we don't necessarily think alters are evil. We don't think that. Just get rid of the necessarily. We don't think alters are evil. They always have a reason. You know, persecutors are usually in pain. That's why they do what they do. It doesn't make it any less hard. It doesn't make it fun or easy. We have good days. We enjoy the company of one another. We're kind of a family. But it doesn't... DID is not fun. I could probably talk for a couple of hours, but honestly, our phone memory is so low, we only have like 50 seconds left. Probably make another rambly video. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to. I know this was more of a serious video, but there's people out there that think this disorder is fun, and it's not. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.